want to have a chat with you about your mind, the fickle nature of who you have allowed yourself to become with your mind, how we have allowed the intellectual mind to be a master of our lives instead of our tool. This guest that has come to take over the entire property because we keep feeding it and giving it all the attention it needs. The other day I looked in the mirror and I heard myself saying to myself, Sylvia, you're looking fat. You've added some weight. And then 2 minutes later, I heard myself say, you're going to need to do something about this weight. It's just ridiculous. You've been eating too much. I then went downstairs to my gym where my husband was having a workout. And as soon as I came into the gym, he looked at me and he said, whoa, your body's looking tight. You've been exercising. And all of a sudden, this same mind that was moaning a few minutes ago looked in the gym mirror again and said, you look good. Your body's looking tight. What happened there? This mind is confused. It can't decide what it wants. Now, imagine if I step out to meet a friend and she says, oh, you've added a little weight. Now you're back to being depressed again. So why do we allow the mind to control so much of what's coming into our lives and determine how we should feel about it? Can you see the fickle nature of our minds? 1 minute it's telling you that you're fat. And the moment someone pays you a compliment and massages your ego, it switches all of a sudden and makes you feel good with yourself. So why didn't your mind tell you the same back then? Because nothing has changed except that you just heard an outside opinion and you brought that in and let it affect you. You can't have control over what comes in, but you can decide how you let it affect you. The same way you have a mean friend who's not very nice to you and you complain to anyone who cares to know that, oh, that friend of mine, she's so mean. Suddenly she wins the lottery and gives you £2 million. She's no longer mean. In fact, you're now besties. You'll be on the next flight to go on a holiday or a cruise together because your mind said they were mean only yesterday, but they're no longer mean. £2 million has come in from the external world. And your mind now says, we're good. It's all good here. Your ex-boyfriend that hurt you many years ago, his name is Mike. Someone comes in for a job interview in your office. His name is Mike. Your heart quickly skips and your mind says, no, don't hire that guy. Remember that Mike? So every Mike in the world is in trouble because your mind said so. And serial killers go on a killing spree of every woman that reminds them of their mother because she was not there for them as a child. So the mind says, I hate them all. I hate anyone who reminds me of that woman. So let me take them out. The same mind that makes people who have a seemingly amazing external life, who are celebrities in the media, they go and jump off a cliff to their death because their mind said so. Their mind said, I can't do this anymore. Our mind is not the problem. Our lack of control of our mind is the problem. It is our tool. It's not our master. You don't have to listen to it all the time. Feel free to separate yourself from your mind. It's feeding you with so much garbage. So always be ready to separate the garbage from what is helpful. Have you noticed how our mind will let us assume something and then we believe in it so much, only to eventually realize that it never happened. Your mind just specializes in making you look like a fool sometimes, especially when you assume things. It's time to remember that you are the one witnessing the activity of your mind. You are not your mind. You hear the dialogue going on, the real chaos inside. I really shouldn't have done that, And then 20 seconds later, but you've done it already, so just deal with it. And then 30 seconds later, so what are we going to do about it now? And then 40 seconds later, don't worry about it, we'll deal with it tomorrow. How many people are in there? How many guests are having conversations in your mind? The one that is complaining is the same one that's asking for advice. Isn't that madness? Do you go to jealousy to ask jealousy how to stop being jealous? But that's what we do every day with our minds. You have to go beyond your intellectual mind, which is just one of your many tools. You can tap into your intuitive mind. It's more stable, it's not neurotic, it's more calm. So why do we go to this deranged ego mind and still be asking? Why not let the outside experience come in and pass through us? It won't stay there forever. We experience it because it's meant for us, and then we move on. Instead of wanting to suppress it so that we don't feel that emotion or we avoid it altogether. I don't have time for this. I can't deal with this right now. But every time and everything that you don't have time for will be stored for you. And it will block your flow of joy and happiness until you have dealt with it inwardly. It will keep coming up. And once something comes along and triggers you and reminds you of that thing, it will come up very quickly again. And you start snapping at everybody and they're all thinking, what did I do? What did I do to her? Why is she so mean to me? And all the mics in the world will have no clue why you hate them so much. Because you didn't release yourself from your ex-boyfriend called Mike. If he was so ex, how come his name still triggers you? We talk about mind control as if something external is out there looking to get our minds, when your personal mind is actually already in control of you and your life. And if your mind was okay inside, no external control can affect it. It's the reason some of us have to incarnate back again and again with the same people to learn the same experiences and the same lessons that we refuse to learn, to let go and to forgive ourselves and others who have hurt us, instead of allowing the mind control our lives and our actions. These are the times where the true nature of things are unfolding and becoming more and more visible for us, to either accept it or reject it, to either let go or hold on so much, and for us to not take ourselves too seriously, which is what the ego does, to just relax in the face of an experience, especially experiences we can't change. When we're not carrying so much, the heart is open and allows more love to come in. But when you're heavy inside, the heart is closed and you lash out at everything that presses your panic button. So let your mind rest. It's doing too much work already. Learn to sit quietly and observe the mental chatter of your mind and how delusional it is. When you begin to see that you are not your mind and you are the self that is witnessing the activities of the mind, you will learn to be in better control and eventually learn to empty yourself of all that toxicity that the mind generates that is robbing you of your peace of mind. That is why, while others practice mindfulness, I'm learning to practice mind emptiness. Until next time, protect your mind. It's sometimes vulnerable, it's sometimes volatile, it's sometimes deranged, it's sometimes calm, it's sometimes peaceful, but it is your tool, so learn to master it. Bye for now. When I sat down to start recording, my mind went on a rampage as well. Oh, this blouse you're wearing, it's very bright. And then 20 seconds later, oh, it's summertime. This is the best time to wear your blouse. It's orange, so what? I was like, shut up. I bought the blouse. I should know when to wear it. It's just complete psychosis. We really must take better control of our minds. Bye for now.